The call came at 2:47 p.m. on a Tuesday, while I was frosting Emma's birthday cake. 13 candles for my baby girl, chocolate with strawberry filling, her favorite since she was 5. Miranda? It's Jasmine. From First National. We need to talk. Now. Jasmine Chen and I had shared a dorm room at Northwestern for 4 years. She'd held my hair back during freshman year parties, and I'd held her hand through her parents' divorce. Now she managed the main branch of our bank, and her voice carried the weight of someone about to deliver a death blow. What's wrong? I asked, setting down the piping bag. Can you come to the bank? Bring your ID and… Miranda, come alone. Don't tell Derek. My husband's name in her mouth sounded like a warning. Jazz, you're scaring me. Just come. I'll explain everything. 20 minutes later, I sat in Jasmine's corner office, staring at transaction records that made my world tilt sideways. $340,000. The college funds for Emma and Tyler, built from my father's life insurance, my salary squirreled away for 15 years, every birthday check saved gone. He's been transferring it out in chunks, Jasmine explained, her voice gentle but firm. 20,000 here, 30 there. Different accounts, different names, but they all lead to one person. Brittany Walsh. She slid a printed Instagram profile across the desk. Blonde, spray-tanned, duck lips wrapped around a champagne flute. 22 years old. Wearing a Cartier bracelet I recognized because Derek had said he'd lost his bonus in a bad investment. There's more, Jasmine said quietly. She pulled up text messages. Derek was stupid enough to sync his messages to our shared cloud. I took screenshots before he could delete them. I read them with numb fingers. Smart women don't need education, baby. That's what feminists tell ugly girls. My wife's too dumb to notice. She still thinks the kids have college funds faced with tears of joy. Once the divorce is final, we'll use the rest for our wedding in Cabo. Divorce? We'd just celebrated our 20th anniversary. He'd given me roses, made love to me like we were newlyweds, promised we'd renew our vows next year. How long? I whispered. 6 months of transfers. The affair, probably longer. Jasmine reached for my hand. I'm so sorry. I flagged it last week, but I wanted to be sure before I called you. Miranda, I've documented everything. Every transfer, every text, every… The house. My voice sounded hollow. He refinanced the house last month. Said it was for a better rate. Jasmine's face told me everything. More typing, more records. He'd pulled out $200,000 in equity. Our home, the one where I'd brought both babies from the hospital, where Tyler took his first steps, where Emma learned to ride her bike. Mortgaged to the hilt for a girl who probably couldn't spell mortgage. What do I do? I asked, then laughed bitterly. My kid's Jazz. Emma's supposed to go to MIT. She's been building robots since she was 7. Tyler wants to be a doctor like his grandfather. How do I tell them their futures are financing their father's midlife crisis? You don't, Jasmine said firmly. You fight, and I'm going to help you. She pulled out a legal pad, switched into the mode that had made her valedictorian. First, we freeze everything. I've already put holds on all the accounts. Banking privacy laws don't apply to fraud. Second, you need a lawyer. Remember Patricia from sophomore year? She's at Brennan and Associates now, does high net worth divorces. Third, we document everything before he knows you know. How long do I have? He's planning another transfer Thursday. $50,000 to close on some condo in Brittany's name. She showed me the pending transaction. We have 48 hours. I stood up, legs shaky. I need to go home. The kids will be back from school. Miranda. Jasmine came around the desk, hugged me tight. We're going to bury him. I promise. I drove home in a haze, parked in the garage next to Derek's BMW, the one he'd bought last month for work. Now I understood why he'd paid cash. Inside, I finished Emma's cake with steady hands, helped Tyler with his calculus homework, made dinner like nothing had shattered. Derek came home at 8, cologne heavier than usual. Smells amazing, babe. Is that your mother's lasagna recipe? It is, I said, watching him kiss my cheek like Judas. How was work? Brutal. Johnson's writing me about the quarterly reports. He loosened his tie, and I noticed the love bite on his collar. Had it always been there? Had I been this blind? Might need to work late again tomorrow. Of course, I murmured. Whatever you need to do. After dinner, while the kids did homework and Derek watched TV, I slipped into our home office with my phone. Patricia answered on the second ring. Jasmine called me, she said without preamble. Can you meet tomorrow at 10? Bring everything, tax returns, bank statements, all of it. He'll notice if I take the files. Take photos. Every page. Miranda, has he been physically abusive? No, nothing like that. Financial abuse is abuse. Stealing your children's futures? That's violence of a different kind. Her voice hardened. We're going to destroy him legally and financially. By the time I'm done, he'll be begging to give back every penny. That night, I lay next to Derek, feeling his warmth, smelling his familiar scent, and planned his downfall. He slept peacefully, occasionally murmuring, probably dreaming of Brittany. I stayed awake, taking photos of documents, forwarding emails, building my arsenal. Wednesday was torture. I packed the kids' lunches, kissed Derek goodbye, went to work like normal. But underneath, I was a general preparing for war. Patricia's paralegal met me during lunch to collect evidence. Jasmine sent updates about Derek's spending. $1,000 dinner here, jewelry there, all from our children's futures. He's getting sloppy, she texted. Brittany posted a photo wearing Emma's college fund around her neck. That night, Derek was extra affectionate. You look tired, honey. Everything okay? Just work stress, I lied, letting him massage my shoulders with the hands that had signed away our children's dreams. Why don't you take a spa day this weekend? You deserve it. He smiled, and I saw it now, the calculation behind the charm. Keep the wife happy and ignorant while he played house with a child. That sounds nice, I agreed. Maybe I'll go Thursday. Perfect. I have that late meeting anyway. Thursday morning, I made Derek's favorite breakfast, eggs Benedict, fresh squeezed orange juice, the works. He practically glowed with satisfaction. What's the occasion? He asked, mouth full. Can a wife spoil her husband? I smiled sweetly. He left at 8:30, whistling. At 8:31, I was on the phone with Patricia. At 8:45, a process server was on his way to Derek's office. At 9 o'clock, Jasmine initiated the freeze on all our accounts. At 9:47, my phone exploded. What did you do? Derek's text screamed. The bank says everything's frozen. I didn't respond. Let him sweat. Miranda, answer your phone. This is theft. You can't do this. I'm calling my lawyer. At 10:15, he called Brittany. Jasmine, God bless her, had included their shared account in the freeze. I knew because Brittany's Instagram story went from champagne and shopping to tearful videos about injustice and bitter old women. By noon, Derek was at the bank, screaming at tellers. Jasmine had security escort him out. She sent me the footage, my distinguished executive husband being dragged out like a drunk frat boy. I picked up the kids from school like normal, took them for ice cream. Emma chattered about her robotics competition, while Tyler showed me his acceptance letter to the summer pre-med program. My babies, brilliant and ambitious, unaware their father had tried to sell their futures for a pair of fake breasts and a spray tan. Derek came home at 4 o'clock, 2 hours early. His face was purple, veins bulging. We need to talk, he snarled. Kids are home, I said calmly. Whatever you need to say can wait. He grabbed my arm. Hard. First mistake. Mom. Emma appeared in the doorway, eyes wide. It's fine, sweetheart. Dad's just had a rough day at work. I gently extracted my arm, noting the red marks. Evidence. Derek retreated to his office, slamming the door. I heard him on the phone, voice rising and falling. At 6 o'clock, he emerged, calmer but with dead eyes. I'm going out, he announced. Dinner's at 7, I said pleasantly. I won't be here. He left. I served dinner, helped with homework, acted like our world wasn't imploding. At 9 o'clock, I tucked Emma in, then Tyler. Then I went to Derek's office and opened his laptop. He'd never changed the password from our anniversary date. His email was a goldmine. Messages to Brittany about their future, about how he was handling me, about the condo they'd picked out using our equity. But the best part? The folder labeled insurance, where I found his plan to increase my life insurance to $2 million. The policy he'd forged my signature on. The research on accidental deaths. I screenshot everything, sent it to Patricia, Jasmine, and the police. Then I sat back and waited. Derek came home at midnight drunk. He stumbled to our bedroom, reeking of perfume and whiskey. It's over, he slurred. All of it. The bank, the lawyers, everything's ruined. I know, I said quietly. He froze. In the darkness, I felt him turn toward me. You know, I've known since Tuesday. Jasmine called me. Did you really think my best friend would let you steal our children's education? That money was mine too. No. I sat up, turned on the light. My father's life insurance wasn't yours. My salary wasn't yours. The equity in the house my grandmother left me wasn't yours. And Brittany Walsh? She definitely isn't yours anymore. His face went from purple to white. You froze her accounts too? Everything you touched. Every penny you stole. It's all frozen pending investigation. I smiled coldly. By the way, forging my signature on a $2 million life insurance policy? That's attempted murder in some states. I wouldn't. Your search history says otherwise. How to make death look accidental. Really, Derek? You couldn't even use incognito mode. He lunged off the bed, and I was ready. The pepper spray caught him full in the face. While he screamed and clawed at his eyes, I walked calmly to Emma's room, then Tyler's, locking their doors from the outside with the keys I'd installed that afternoon. You bitch. Derek howled. You fucking. The front door crashed open. Police right on time. I'd texted them the moment Derek came home drunk. He attacked me, I said calmly, showing the officers my bruised arm, the pepper spray. I was defending myself. They cuffed him, read him his rights. Domestic violence, assault, attempted fraud. The charges stacked up like building blocks. As they led him away, he turned back. The kids will be fine without you, I finished. They have college funds to rebuild and a mother who actually loves them. Brittany lasted exactly 3 days before she folded. Without Derek's money, she was just another girl with expired lip fillers and a useless communications degree. She agreed to testify about Derek's promises, his plans, his theft in exchange for immunity. Patricia was a shark. By the time she finished, Derek owed me $340,000 in stolen college funds, $200,000 in home equity, $500,000 in punitive damages, $2,000 monthly child support, $3,000 monthly alimony. His wages would be garnished for the next 20 years. His pension redirected. His 401k liquidated. But the best part, Patricia told me over champagne, is that Brittany's pregnant. She's suing him for child support too. I laughed until I cried. Then I cried until I laughed. 6 months later, I stood in the kitchen of our debt-free house, watching Emma program her competition robot while Tyler studied for his SATs. The college funds were rebuilt and growing. Derek lived in a studio apartment, working 2 jobs to pay his obligations. Jasmine came for dinner every Sunday, always bringing wine and gossip from the bank. He tried to open an account yesterday, she told me over pasta, with $2.17. Did you let him? Of course not. We have standards. My phone buzzed. An unknown number, but I recognized the area code. Derek's parents' town. Hello, Miranda. It's Brittany. I wanted to apologize. And to warn you. Derek's been talking about getting remarried. Some woman he met online. He's telling her you're crazy, that you stole from him. I smiled. What's her name? Caroline something. She's 58, divorced, just inherited. Give me her number. What? Her number. I think Caroline deserves to know what she's getting into. 2 hours later, Caroline called me, horrified and grateful. We talked for an hour about red flags, about trusting your gut, about the importance of background checks. Derek's next text was predictable. You ruined everything again. I didn't respond. I was too busy helping Emma with her robot, planning Tyler's college visits, living the life Derek had tried to steal. The kids know now. Not everything, but enough. Emma asked me once if I missed him. I miss who I thought he was, I told her honestly. But that person never really existed. Are you sad? Tyler asked. No, I said, meaning it. I'm free. And I was. Free from lies, from betrayal, from a man who saw his family as a piggy bank for his fantasies. Derek had drained our children's future for a 22-year-old who couldn't even spell future. But in the end, the joke was on him. Because smart women don't need education, this smart woman used hers to destroy him. Legally, financially, and completely. And Brittany? Last I heard, she was working at a mall kiosk selling phone cases, posting motivational quotes about new beginnings and karma, while Derek's child support payments bounced. As for my kids, Emma got early admission to MIT. Tyler's pre-med program accepted him with a scholarship. Their futures, bright and fully funded, no longer dependent on a man who thought love meant theft. The bank still calls sometimes. Not Jasmine, she's family now, but automated messages about our healthy accounts, our excellent credit, our secure future. Every time I smile and think, thank God for best friends who manage banks. And thank God for husbands too stupid to know they married a woman who keeps receipt.